It was still early when Burhan woke up. The sun wasn't yet up, and still he couldn't sleep anymore. He stood up, washed his face, and got ready for the day. He enjoyed the quiet before dawn while roaming the camp. As he passed the stables, he saw an old man looking after the horses. Well, not old, but his face was weathered by the desert sun, and you could see that life had left its mark. The man's gaze was far away as he groomed the horses. Their looks crossed briefly, and the old man nodded to him. Burhan nodded back and walked leisurely to the field kitchen. He took a loaf of bread and a mug of kumis. And except for him and the cook, there was only Leotold in the tent. His commanding officer waved him over. "I don't like eating alone," said the sturdy former blacksmith. After a few bites, Burhan told about the old man he had never seen before. And after a moment of silence, Leotold began slightly to laugh. "This old man is our sultan," Leotold, realizing the astonishment, continued. Although leading an empire and hundreds of soldiers, Partia never forgot that he once was a humble merchant. He knows that the small, everyday tasks are no less important as great affairs of state. Burhan was confused. He looked over to the stables where Partia fed the horses. There was nothing more to say right now. At this moment, he only knew that his respect for his sultan grew unreservedly. Burhan and his commanding officer ate in silence before preparing for the day's duties. Hey everybody, it's Party Elite. Welcome you back to another chapter of the adventures of Partia al-Eat in Bannerlord. Even on the precipice of victory, our hero remains humble. Here at Sahel Castle, a former holding of his old rival Kerith, Partia al-Eat can sense victory. As he gazes north, he knows that beyond the mountains remains one final holding, the old Sultan Unkid. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bannerlord. This is it. Something we've been fighting for a very long time. Over countless sessions, over countless chapters, over countless years, over countless lives that have come and gone, this is what we've been fighting for. I can't believe it's finally time. Today's singular and primary goal is to take Razi. End the war against the Aserai, and should that happen swiftly, which is what we can hope for, should that happen swiftly, we shall continue, because the fall of Unkid's old sultanate is not the full liberation of the Aserai people. The people of Tamnu Castle, Jabal Zamur, and Hassan Falk, and the areas around all those holdings, of course, are all still being oppressed by the Khuzait. But that's perhaps a task for later. Let us stay focused on Razi. Overall, I would say we're pretty well sort of equipped to move forward right away. Yes, we have taken some injuries, but we'll be healing quickly enough. The only thing that might be unfortunate is if we were to engage with a large or even mid-sized army, we'd have to send the troops in, which I never really like doing, but I don't think there's time to waste. I don't think there's any time to waste at all. We've got a fairly numerous force. I don't think the Aserai will be able to present much in the form of a defense, so I'm going to set those worries aside and say on this day, summer 13 of 1100, we begin our final march to the final hold of the Aserai. It's honestly, it really feels like something special, doesn't it? Let's make our way over around this hideout that we will eventually be taken care of as well. Got a couple of bandits over here, actually. You know what? If they're gonna be coming so aggressively towards our holdings, then let's wipe them out, shall we? We can send the troops in to eliminate these guys. They will cause trouble in the area because, as you might remember, Sahel Castle is, well, as you can see right here as well, having some trouble with food stocks and the like. So we definitely want to make sure that that gets sorted out before we start leaving a garrison behind. Now, if an army is going to sneak around us and make an attempt at taking Sahel Castle back, they won't have too much trouble doing it. So what I will do right now is pass the ownership of Sahel Castle over to Elatild. Great to see that she actually has majority support over here as well. In fact, Aldhan is speaking for her as well, and that is great to see. from just a, just to see the people under the banner of the Ishkas working together like this, holding no animosity, for being from different former kingdoms, for not being of the desert or what have you. That actually makes me quite happy to see. So Kalatild, with my blessing and evidently the blessings of Audhan, you can absolutely take charge of Sahel Castle. Go ahead and say we're done giving this to Kalatild. Yes, I was contemplating keeping it for myself, but no, a castle isn't worth that much. And at the end of the day, with Day Aromank in charge of it, there are quite a few parties that'll be able to drop off soldiers there, even though Kalatild at present rides with us. Again, I want to mention and I want to stress, folks, when you leave a comment, I do read through it, so it's been great to see, again, what I like to call your counsel, your opinions, your thoughts, your suggestions. Do keep all that coming, folks, because this is a decision largely driven by that as well. So hopefully this will help us hold Sahel Castle, and I will give Kalatild Razi as well. She will hold that frontier against the Khuzait. Hopefully her clan members will help strengthen our front line, so to speak. So I'm actually not sure how far away these guys are. Now, they are in other armies right now. I don't know if I want to force them to disband. In fact, where is this other army? Traveling to Ortizia. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. Losand is still free, though, I think. Governor of Jamai Castle. Oh, interesting. Huh, okay, cool. But yeah, that's... they might be pushing to take care of the Northern Empire, which would be nice. Again, all it would take is a couple of battles, and perhaps they'd be paying us tribute instead. We can just end this war, end this harassment. The other thing that I am concerned about, though, and many of you have pointed this out, and I'm really not sure how to tackle this, but what happens to the Aserai after we take their final holding? Do they remain as the Northern Empire does, roaming around and harassing us constantly? How do we ensure that they are actually and truly taken care of? How do we wipe them off the map? I don't know, sorry, meant to go over here. I don't know what the sort of procedure is for that, to be perfectly honest. A lot of these clans are mercenaries, so I imagine they will stop serving the Aserai as soon as they have no money. They're not making any money. I imagine, hopefully we'll be able to speak to some of these clans and convince them to join us. But if not us, then somebody else will convince them to join. But what about Unkid and Banu Hulyan itself? See, that's the real question. 3 of them survive. Will we have to hunt them down and finish them off in battle? Perhaps. Unkid might die of old age. I mean, this man is 60. He is truly old and graying. Will he even live to see the end of this war? Who knows? Last seen near Hitania, by the way. This was pointed out to me as being somewhat nearby. Oh, no, it's actually quite far away, Hitania. Now, that's where he was last seen. It doesn't mean that's where he is. He might still be rushing down to try and defend what's left of his sultanate, if we can even call it that. I remember when we first formed our independent nation, and I referred to it as a sultanate. Many of you were mentioning, it's like, well, yeah, technically it's more like an emirate because of its size and scale and whatnot. Fair, I suppose. Ooh, Suruk. Trying to meet us head on. Now, see, here's what I mean. We're personally not healthy enough to engage him in battle, but fortunately it is a tiny army. It won't be a problem to cut them off. Again, tiny as it is enough numerically to besiege Sahel Castle and see some success. They are also, unfortunately, I think a little bit faster than us. Yeah. Might be able to convince them to engage us, by which I mean might be able to corner them at some point. Might also be able to send Arwa forward to do the same. Audhan is hopefully out there recruiting more troops, depositing garrisons and things like that. Okay, Arwa goes forward with her 89 soldiers. Come on, Arwa. I believe... Ooh, you're actually kind of slow. I don't know if it's because she's disorganized right now or what, but hopefully we'll be able to corner Sukai as well. No, Anjikin, no. No, I can't have both of my caravans destroyed. That doesn't work out for me. That does not work out for me. Well, Done for now. Oh, actually, seeing this, by the way, and payment to mercenaries reminds me, what are the chances that as I speak praise of the lake rats, they decide to part ways with us? Nonetheless, it's fine. They've proven their value. They've proven their use. They did a lot for us throughout this, last leg of this war. So it's fine, but it's just the timing is impeccable. It is impeccable. Okay, running from Ottawa's party, both of you, I imagine. All right, we're going to have them by the coast over here. Kurgat down over here. I wonder if they'll be bold enough to put a castle under siege. Let's see if we can't work together to get the job done over here. Try and cut them off. You're gonna get stuck up against that wall there. Ottawa, no. Come back here. Just to work as a unit. We should be able to catch him. Anjikin continues to gain skill points. Okay, she must have survived, right? She must have survived. I know I can catch you here, Sudok. And unfortunately, he's in an army technically, so I won't be able to talk to him. Just as a heads up for those of you wondering. Wonder if I should send Ottawa forward again. Husband and wife coordinating this attack. Lots of prisoners taken over here. With the Northern Empire. Oh, beautiful. Don't let them get back in there. Well, actually, if they want to get back in there, that's fine by me. Quite a few defenders, actually. We might want to draw Audhan to join us. Just to bulk up our numbers a little bit. Ah, there we go. That's not ideal. Oh, no. How did I not catch him up here? Are you serious? Anjikin got captured. Are you serious? That's really unfortunate. Nothing we can do about it. Nothing we can do about it. Keep moving over here. Come on, surely you want to come back this way. There we go. There we go. Good old-fashioned pincer maneuver over here with Ottawa coming from that side and us coming from this side. Oh, are we gonna... Yes, corner them in here. Come on. Man. Painful. Painful. Now, speeds are actually... Push. Not working out for us. I don't want to let them go through and hit Sahel Castle is the problem. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Nope. I mean, Audhan's giving chase. He's a little bit faster, though. So he should be able to catch him. Let's go. Excellent. Worked out eventually. A little bit of a dance over here. But a necessary one. I mean, I couldn't have let that army just roam freely. And before we dive into this battle and help Audhan, one thing that I would want to look at is this. Make peace. They have some strength left. They've all been taken prisoner. I want them to be wiped out. If we make peace, then at the very least the other army will be able to engage with, the Aserai. Not that there's much left to engage with, but maybe the Khuzait instead. So I suppose we could propose making this peace. It's got 100% support. I could wait until somebody else proposes it. I doubt they'll ever have any money to pay us a tribute, so there's no point in waiting. Everyone supports this call. Yes, it's time to make peace. End this war. Done. And it'll start again eventually. Now, they've all been freed. I could have ransomed them, but I'd have to find them and take them on board. I could have waited until they got ransomed, but I don't think I have the patience for that. Can't you please declare war on somebody else just to be wiped out? That would make me very happy. Or like one of these mercenaries just engages you and ends you. Either way, let's go ahead and help Audhan's party over here. We are actually healthy enough now to dive in ourselves as well if we want to, but I think that would be wholly unnecessary. We'll simply send the troops in, get the job done. I suspect we'll take a couple of losses at most. Yeah, it's not too bad. Literally a couple of losses. But who? What? What did we lose here? Aserai infantry. And from Najin's party, Aserai militia archer. Not the end of the world. Okay. Done. And done. Suruk. You're free to go. You are free to go. The end is nigh. Makes little difference. Got 18 prisoners over here, some of them perhaps worth picking up. Definitely a Karakazate rider, I wouldn't mind. Go ahead and pick up the mercenary swordsmen. Let's get the Mamluk regulars as well. Mamluk axemen, sure. And the Aserai footmen. Everybody else we'll leave behind. We're fine. Cool. Down here. Aldahan will be joining us as well now, I believe, alongside all of this loot. And, I mean, I almost wonder, do I want to hit these guys as well? They're all down over here, but I doubt we'll be able to actually catch them. They're so much faster than us. So we'll strike at Razi, and maybe that'll draw them up over here instead. Yeah, let's make our way over. Make our way over. Let's go. We gotta go around the mountain over here. And once we take Razi, what I might do is I might bring Attis and Anjikin to Razi. Now, Talas is in here. Now, Talas is one of the people that I can speak to, if I'm not mistaken. We don't really get along. That hasn't stopped people in the past. But is there any real value in obtaining this clan? It would be a waste of money. And again, many of you mentioned in the comments as well, it's like, why bother anymore chasing after these small, you know, clans? They might be Aserai, but they could have joined us a long time ago. They decided not to. They remained loyal to Unkid, one could say, right until the bitter end, when there is not much left to these clans. They are honestly, they're like the vestiges of the Aserai Sultanate. Remnants of a bygone era, if you will. So be it. We put Razi under siege. Elatild and Aldahan able to pick up some recruits. In my head, I say it's like, you know, people who are members of the garrison who see us arriving and decide, rather than fight, they'd rather join us. So they kind of sneak out or something. I don't know. That's the only way I can justify that. Let's go ahead and besiege the town. Yep. No reason to wait. Alas is able to escape, unfortunately. Being a bit of a coward. No surprise there. What else could you possibly be fighting for, man? What else could you possibly be retreating for? The only thing we have to concern ourselves with is... oh, I can't even look back there, unfortunately. The only thing we need to concern ourselves with is Sahel Castle being put under siege. Because all of these mercenaries together can be a problem when there is no garrison. That would be very, you know, far from ideal, obviously. So we want to make sure we make quick work of this. Southern Empire has declared war on the Western Empire with majority support. Didn't even realize there were 2 Empire factions left. A little bit of raiding going on. I think we're overall okay. Pace a little bit over here. Seems like these guys are largely preoccupied with us up over here, so that's promising. Promising. And who's leveled up over here? Is it perhaps myself? Oh yes, of course, my stewardship. One day I will remember to check it. Aliyah, your riding has improved as well. We could give you full speed to improve your charge damage, or nimble steed to increase your maneuverability. Well, if you're going to be a like a outrider or like a scout, I feel like nimble steed is more fitting for that. Increase your maneuverability by 10%. Mounted troops in your formation gain plus 30 riding skill. Excellent. Done with that, and we can check up on our party as well. Looks like maybe more prisoners are willing to join us. Well, we have a lot of level ups as well as some prisoners willing to join us. Are we at our cap? We are most certainly not. Those Aserai infantry can join us. Let's go ahead and level these guys up. Feeling pretty comfortable with our overall composition as well. I'll take a quick look at our sort of numbers breakdown shortly. And see what's lacking. I believe we've done a pretty good job of getting a well-rounded army, though that belief will, I'm sure, in a moment's time be shattered as I take a look at this, and I see we have 26 cavalry, 118 infantry, 81 ranged, and 62 horse archers. You know what, actually, that's not too bad. I wouldn't mind having a larger cavalry contingent of my own, but that's not too bad. Makes sense to have more infantry than ranged. But yeah, let's maybe focus on actual, you know, like melee cavalry a little bit, moving forward. That and a bit more infantry. Honestly, I would say we're at a pretty balanced point where a little bit more of anything is good. Maybe we don't need more horse archers though. That's the most horse archers I've had in my own party in ever, I think. So that'll be exciting, going toe to toe with the Khuzait. Ooh, Battania has declared war on the Khuzait with majority support. That's exciting. That's exciting, because that might draw the Khuzait further and further up north, stay engaged up there, allowing us to push towards Hassan Falk. That is very exciting, very promising. Okay, good stuff. Now, hopefully Sahel Castle hasn't fallen away from us. Sahel Castle, okay, good, still okay. No defenders, it says. Yikes. Not ideal. Hopefully someone's coming through to leave some defenders behind. And actually, what's our other army doing over here? Traveling to Gersigos Castle to besiege. Gersigos Castle. Where is... I imagine it's Khuzait. They're all the way up over here. Tovir, just make sure you know what you're doing, buddy. Make sure you know what you're doing. Back to our own selves. Can I not... Okay, there we go. I was really worried that the camera would be stuck up there or something. Ah, good stuff. I want to make sure I can stay on top of my siege engines and stuff, obviously. Speak of the devil. Alright. We're still okay. These guys... And they seem to be interested in engaging me, but also too cowardly to do the same. And Unkid, I mean, who knows where Unkid is, really? Nowhere important. Never was, never will be. Perhaps a little unfair to say, because he did, we'll remember many years ago now, he did ride to Ortizia and stuff when he was needed, but the victors write the history books. His name will be all but forgotten, a footnote in the history of the Aserai people and the Ashkasi Sultanate. Move you to the reserves, let them get their shot going, go ahead and pop these 3 out, pop their shot, in comes you, beautiful. Let's get to work over here. Looks like we took some damage after all. But we should be okay. We should be okay. What did I miss over here? Anytime purple comes up, I wish there was like iconography or something that was a quick read so I could see like, oh, did someone die or did someone win a tournament? They're two very different, very different things. Now, it is a fair number of defenders here at Razi. But I think as soon as the walls crack, we'll push in. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Speak of the devil, Unpid has come. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Might actually lose one of these trebs. Sharing food now as well. We have 17 days of food, okay. Should last us enough time. Look at the damage our trebs are doing as well. Those walls are crumbling easy. Western and Southern Empire have made peace. That didn't last very long at all. Whoops, didn't mean to hit J, meant to hit K. It's this Northern Empire that just grows smaller and smaller, weaker and weaker, but still insists on existing. It insists on existing. Catapult crack. Let's see, the Prince won a tournament. We're still okay. Still alright. Yep, good stuff. Aerith. Trolling around the area. All he's good for. Right, still good stuff, still good stuff. I'm like extremely nervous of some bad news coming through. But yeah, we're okay still. I don't know, it just feels like the opportune moment for something terrible to happen. Anjikin has escaped from captivity, promising. I mean, financially, you can see the situation we're in. It's still not ideal. Still nowhere near ideal. But hopefully a few ransoms, a few big battles, you know, the opportunity to sell some stuff at Razi as well will help us recover again. We were at like 400k at the beginning of this chapter, if I'm not mistaken. Right, these walls are taking a good bit of damage. Yes, good stuff, good stuff. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so thrilled that this is happening. I'm just so happy. Ooh. Making peace with the Khuzait. Why would we? And under what cost? Under what cost? Well, let's wait until that decision becomes pressing. Then we'll take a look at it. In the middle of something over here right now. It requires a lot of our attention. Let's go ahead and add some cohesion over here. Everybody else, I believe, is in an army. I could draw Perik this way. You know, let's go ahead and pull Perik and Hekard this way. Get them a little bit closer. And then we'll push them away from the army. I just need them in the area. I want to make sure they're able to patrol the area and help control some of these mobs that we have over here. But beyond that as well, I do also want to take a look at... cancel this for now. What are you guys doing? Still traveling to that castle, eh? Not as many men, 430. Oh yeah, it's Khuzait land. This will be very difficult to, like, hold. I really hope they're not being silly over here. I really hope they're not being foolish. It would have been much wiser to go towards Hassan Falk, but I suppose they assume that since we're down here, you know, we'll be doing that eventually anyway. I don't know. I don't know. Working away over here. Pour over the forest people of the Aserai has been taken prisoner by the forest bandits. Excellent. On the wrong side, buddy. The walls of Razi have been cracked. That's one set of walls taken care of. Time for the next set of walls here. Oh, look at that damage output. Drop that catapult as well. We are 700 strong. Banu Habab joined the Khuzait. How dare you? Banu Habab. Which one was that? That was... Oh, wow. Are we surprised? Are we surprised? Not in the slightest. What? Oh, what a... the names I wish to call him. I can't even believe it. I can't even believe it. Generosity -1. Where's his, where's the fact that he lacks valor? Oh, wow. See, Unkid? What was his speech about the sons of the Aserai? Poetry. Poetry. In his dying days, Kareth abandons him. Both walls cracked. Over 500 defenders. Majority of them are just militia. Shouldn't be too much of a struggle for us to take. Most of our forces are here. I'm not actually waiting for these guys to join me in the first place. Make sure we're properly equipped. Make sure we have our full strength that is willing to join us at its full capability. Like for over here, for example, we want the heavy lancers. We don't want the Khuzait heavy horse archers. Go ahead with you. Down over here. Let's go ahead and... We're not going to take any cavalry on board right now in case they die during the siege battle, right? We do have a lot of archers, crossbows. Oh, a variety of soldiers actually ready to join us right now. Good stuff. Good stuff. Especially good to see among the Aserai. They want to be a part of this overturning of power, I suppose. Done. Make sure, again, we are properly equipped. Give myself my... Oh, I've got that Executioner's Axe. Yeah, I guess we dive in. Nothing else to think about, nothing else to do. We'll take some damage, of course, but I believe our forces will be stronger than, again, this, yeah, what is largely a militia over here. Let's lead the assault, let's do it. Wow. It's finally happening, folks. It is finally happening. I can't. Been long enough. Oh, and what a beautiful, like, setting for it to happen in as well. Perfect. Perfect. Go ahead and auto-deploy. Let's see which one of these trebs should stay up. I mean, this one should have some clear shots up over here, you would imagine. And this one should have some clear shots up over here, you would imagine. This one back over here should also have some clear shots, really. But this one seems wasted. Let's see if it does anything for us. Let's see if it does absolutely anything for us. We will do what we usually do. Ride in with full force. We'll try and take the walls as quickly as possible so we can shut down ranged support. And my concern is which side will turn us to a pincushion faster. I think we move up the side over here. Tuck over to the right side. Try to get to these walls. Shut down the ranged support. Alright. Let's begin. Let's begin. Yep. Looks like we've been deployed to this side anyway, so that works out. Perhaps a sign from Aserai. Our men are going to get there first, aren't they? Well, if I bump into trees, then perhaps they will. Here we go. Excellent. Oh, I see your banners. Oh, I see your numbers as well. A risky charge, perhaps. Gotta cut my way through here. There we go. Off the horse. Get to work. Are some crossbows in here? Oh, jeez. I took like a crossbow to the chest there or something. That was bad. Alright, here we go. The men have arrived. Point blank range crossbow shot. Trying to kill me. Get to work here. Trying to keep my shield up, which is why I'm using the sword as opposed to the axe, in case you're wondering. Ooh, this is not good. There we go. Nice. Another one. This is actually kind of dangerous. There we go. Okay, good stuff. Okay. Feeling a little bit better now. Did not like being backed up in that corner there. What kind of you know, ultimate battle would this be if we weren't in at least a little bit of trouble every once in a while. Good stuff. Come on, men. For the Aserai. The people. Not a false god king. There we go. You know what? Let them flee. Let them flee. Taking the towers, taking the walls, up the steps. Oh, we are flooding the city. Look at that. Absolutely glorious to see. Move up. Let's go. Oh. Alright, pull back out. Pushing up over here. Hopefully there's not a choke over here. Hopefully we've actually pushed through. Yeah, seems to be the case. Go ahead and help on the other side there. What's going on over here? Trying to fight back down? Let's pull back from the other side. It's also wild to see how much faster we move now. All that time spent training our athletics. Paid off. Terms of fighting is almost done. Wait, how do I get out of here? There it is. There it is. Victory is ours. Victory is ours. About as easily as expected. That beautiful shield. Oh man, look at all these bodies though. Impossible not to think about. It's impossible not to think about. Well done, men. Absolutely well done. Absolutely well done. Oh my god, I'm just kind of speechless. We fought for this for how long? For how long? I'll see what comes next, obviously, because as we've seen with, what was it, the Northern Empire, the Southern Empire? Which empire? I keep forgetting which one it is that's just still riding around with, you know, all but 100 soldiers. But here we only lost 54. That's really good, actually. Again, we were only largely up against militia. But we only lost 54, 66 wounded, 128 leveled up. That's pretty good. Pretty good overall. No one, no, like, notable characters fell. Alia gained some skill points in bow. Good stuff, good stuff. Oh, what else have we got going on over here? Gained some skill point in one-handed. Gained some skill point in medicine. I think a big part of what's helping as well with our survivability is probably the fact that we have a surgeon with us now. Who knows if this number would have been higher. But nonetheless. Done. That word means more than just what it means right now. 238 gold, not a lot made. That's fair enough. We can go ahead and pick up all of the prisoners. Let's go ahead and recruit these guys as well, though. And just because, why not? Go ahead and pick up all of these prisoners, and we can ransom them off and do whatever it is we need to do. Down here, we're over our limit. That's fine. Pick up all the loot as well, of course. There it is. Razi is taken. Now, is the Hell Castle actually under siege? Yes, it is. We have to ride down there real fast, aren't we? Alternatively, peace with the Aserai. This is what I mean. It's like, are they just going to be left with a handful of soldiers? What is their current situation? They're war with a few, you know, mercenary bands here and there. I suppose we can make peace with them. If they have peace with us, then it's very possible that all the mercenaries will leave them and all the nobles and stuff will leave them as well. It'll give me a chance to maybe speak to some of their nobles. Again, they have no holdings anymore, so they would be maybe more likely to join me as well. So having peace with them would make it easier for me to like catch them and talk to them. Sorry, I was just reading. I got distracted by reading this. Today, with the waning of the Empire, the Aserai have agreed to form a confederacy under a sultan chosen from richest of the clans, Banu Hulyan. But everyone knows that the dance has only temporarily been stopped. And at the right moment, it will begin again. Oh, okay. I thought it was like, I thought it was taking into account what had happened because I saw has been stopped. And we'll begin again, but then I didn't realize. That's why I got distracted there, sorry. But yeah, so I think it's time to push for peace. They're not going to pay us any tribute. We know this already. There's no reason to keep this, you know... it's not even a war, really. Let's go ahead and, first of all, accept this conquest. But yes, it's not really even a war anymore if we take a look at the circumstances, right? Nothing left to them. As much pleasure as it might have brought me to kill Unkid, perhaps the ultimate punishment for him is to live on knowing full well that he never was a god king or in any way divine. Abandoned by his followers, including Kareth, the Nth Hour. Yeah. Life is perhaps a bigger punishment for Unkid. I have the upper hand now. All of our nobles wish for peace. Let us make peace. With the Aserai, with ourselves, perhaps with some of the nobles. There it is. Now, they might eventually one day, once more, declare war on us, but it'll be a nothing war. It'll be a nothing war. Southern Empire with their 400 soldiers, Sturgia with their 1,600. Aserai joined their ranks, right? The Aserai joined their ranks. That's that done. Now, is Sahel Castle under siege by the Khuzait, though? No, okay, it was not by the Khuzait. Okay, good stuff. That's one thing that maybe I should have checked. Not that it would make a difference, really. But with that done, let's go ahead and visit the Tavern District and ransom some prisoners. Again, we don't have all that many that are worth all that much, but whatever we can get, we can get. Mamluk Heavy Cavalry, they're tier 5. Valandian Sharpshooters, Khuzait Marksmen. Stuff. What else? Now, it does take us under our limit. And if some of these militia decide to join us, then that's not such a bad thing. Maybe we ride around with this a little bit. Fortify our frontier. Because though the war against the Aserai is done, the war for the Aserai isn't, if you catch my meaning. Again, Hassan Falk still serves the Khuzait. So I think, yeah, we'll leave these guys behind. If we get some more militia as we go back and forth, strengthening our garrisons here, we can use those, you know, militia for that purpose, and then we can push with a bit more confidence. And again, Razi, I think, will go to Kalatild as well, so that'll hopefully help a little bit in garrisoning the area. Go ahead and remove you as well. That'll be forced upon me eventually anyway. Back to the town, over to raid. Actually, manage town. What's the situation over here? No, it's actually not bad. It's actually not bad. Focus on training militia. And can we get Attis? Okay, let's get Anjikin the Swift for sure. They're like made for trade, right? So none. I should be able to. Unfortunately, I have to use this screen to do it. Go to the keep. No. Go to the Tavern District. There she is. Let's go ahead and take you to the party. Apart from that, before we do the same with Attis, I want to check. The last time I checked, there weren't any spice trader, wanderers in our world, which is really unfortunate. So spice traders are the best quality trade characters. And though there are spice trader named characters out there who are trading, none of the wanderers that we can actually hire have that designation, if you will. And because that's the case, the best traders we have available are the Swift. Looks like, yeah, seems to be the case still. Just want to do a double check because ever since death was introduced, I imagine spawning new wanderers was also introduced. Now there are a couple of others who follow the Swift naming convention. I believe there is, yeah, Denny the Swift over here. You can see decent trade. We've also got Anjikin Azar's Hikara over here, 82 trade. What is Attis? Attis, where you at, buddy? Not that great. Not that great. So perhaps he would be better off, yes, leading an army because of his high tactics. Leading a party, I should say. Do we have room for another party to be led? We have room for another companion. No, we're maxed out on parties. Who would I fold in, I guess? I mean, what we could do is we could train him. No, I would like to stay quartermaster. Tier 6 is not very far away, but it is kind of far away. I don't even know if it'll add to my party size, like to the number of parties I can have. See, that's just it. It's like, that's why, as much as I can have another companion, I guess he could fight side by side with me. And we could get the Swift to be doing more trades. The issue remains that, you know, without tactics, they're more easily taken care of, which is why Attis was given that responsibility. But let's see. If we take a look at the Tavern District, are any of the Swift over here? Looks like another convention is going on over here. Wanderer, Boar, Black, Wrong, Break Skull, Hawk. Hawk over here. Thigh the Hawk. Yeah, no. Kind of a scout type. Ooh, the Golden. What is that? This I'm unfamiliar with. Side the Golden. Oh. Good tactics, good leadership. Not a very generous man, but apart from that, he could be a good addition. Also, Aserai. Worth noting. Definitely worth noting. Silent, Wainwright, there's Denny the Swift. Alright, well, you know what? We need more riders, right? We need more, not riders, sorry, but caravans. Alright, visit the tavern. Oh, man. The high leadership. The high leadership. What does that really do? Helps with garrison size. And helps, well, that's not going to matter. And helps with the morale. It's also not really going to matter. The high leadership doesn't really matter. So, fine. You know what? We're going to let Attis join us in battle, I suppose, for a little while. He can improve some of his other skills. And eventually, maybe he leads a party of his own. Doing what? I'm not entirely certain, but, you know, whatever it might be, it'll be something. Yeah, sure. That sounds good. So over here, we'll go ahead and find this lady who goes by the Swift. Side the Golden. He does seem like an ideal hire, doesn't he? But I don't think we need him. I don't think we need him. I think we're fine without him. We need people to make money. Sincerely hope that, again, sacrificing the tactics angle isn't going to hurt us too much. Where are you? Anjikin. That's our own Anjikin. You are with our party, right? Your Highness, I'm yours to command. Yeah, he's in our party. Wasn't sure if I did that or not. Denny the Swift, there we go. Let's see what her story is. Maybe we don't like her story. Stop there. Who are you? It is better we know each other's names, even if we fight. My name is Partia, madam. Tell me about yourself. Sure. You can't sell a horse if you don't shout its praises, as they say. Oh, I like that. Got that, merchant attitude. Again, decent trade. Not amazing, but it's fine. Her stewardship's also actually not bad. She might actually be okay. Hopefully her tactics are good enough and I don't have to worry too much. I was the child of a caravan guard. Spent my babyhood swinging from a sling on the side of a camel and my childhood chasing strays. But caravans are preyed upon by bandits and others, and I decided I don't like being prey. I reckon I have the skills to be a predator. You mean you don't like your expertise in being good at trade? Because that's kind of what I need. I can use someone like you in my company. Very well. I'm going to need about 2,484 dinars to settle up some debts, though. Can you pay? You know, it's always weird to me that someone who's supposed to be good at trade ends up with hefty debt, but fine, here you are. Yes, your highness, she says. Well, very well. Denny the Swift. Hope that you are good as I expect you to be. No, tactics are poor. Room for improvement, though. Room for improvement. Same with Anjikin, though. You know, we see how that's going. I don't know. Hopefully I don't regret this decision. Hopefully I don't regret this decision, but we'll only be able to find out together, right? Done here. Let's go ahead and leave first, because I do want to make sure that Denny is properly equipped if she's going to go and ride out. And I also want to check one thing. I want to make sure that we are, in fact, at our companion limit. We are. Okay, good. So, At Razi. Manage town. Attis. Over to the Tavern District. Attis. Join us. Fight alongside us, I suppose. Take a look at our inventory. And give... I mean, Attis is pretty well, you know, equipped and stuff. You know, I'd say he's decently equipped. Maybe give him some better stuff. Heavy mail mittens. Sure, if you're going to be joining the front, then kind of necessary. The northern open helmet sounds like a good idea. Otherwise, he's, I think, pretty well equipped. I think he's okay. His weapon is the Eastern Straight Saber. Not a bad weapon. Might have something better for him. Damascene Steel Cascara. Better in some ways. But again, he's got the pole arm, which I think is his primary way to go about things since he will be riding with the cavalry. Test it out, right? Let's see him in action. Let's see why he's been failing so hard and so repeatedly. But Denny the Swift. Let's take a look at you. Let's take a look at Denny the Swift. Two-handed bow. Okay. Two-handed bow. Not on horseback, though. Yikes. That's capped, too. Yikes. Okay. Might be a little bit of a trouble scenario there. But two-handed and bow. So. We'll let you keep riding this. Do we have a better harness for you? We do. Safer. In your worn, rugged saddle that looks better but is worse. Two-handed. Two-handed weapons. What have we got? What have we got? Something. Then I've crafted two-handed axe. Not really all that good or anything. We could give her this Southern Broad two-handed axe. The bow is the primary piece of equipment for her, I think. Cracked hunting bows, also like this. The woodland longbow is mine. The heavy recurve bow should do the trick. Give her a couple of arrows. Some piercing arrows and some splintered piercing arrows, perhaps. They don't work as well. But at least they're still piercing. Sure. Keep your distance, please, in battle. Go ahead and give you some armor as well. Mail mittens. Get you that go helm. Throw on some proper shoes. There we go. Need to give her some like proper body armor as well, right? This is not even armor. I don't think we have really good armor. We'll have to buy some, I think. It's not a problem. Because we do want to like buy and sell stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at the store over here. See what kind of money they have. See if they have any war horses we can buy. Ooh, nice. They do have money. We're only going to give them more as we try to equip Denny over here. Denny the Swift. Let's see. What do we have? Southern Scale Shoulders. Sure. Southern Archer Armor. I like that. Kind of fits what, more along the lines of what she'll be doing. Do I want to give her better shoes or anything, though? Because I think that's another spot where she's kind of weaker. Oh, actually, it's not bad. All right, this might actually be good enough. Might actually be good enough. I think I feel comfortable sending her out like that. And again, we'll make our money back in no time, so I'm not too concerned about that. Not too concerned about that. Do we want to sell anything over here? We can drop off some of the flax. We can drop off... Nope, not dropping off the grain. We can drop off some of the hides over here as well. And maybe some of the linen as well. Why not? We're carrying it. What an end to the journey. What an end to the journey, right? With trade. But primarily, we want to sell you our Merchant's Blades. There we go. And the Merchant's Banes as well. We can actually sell one of the pricier ones over here. Boom, there we go. Nice, good bit of money made. Good bit of money made. Dump some of these useless shields. I'm tempted to actually give Denny a shield rather than two sets of arrows. Keep her alive a little bit longer, maybe. You know what? Maybe not a bad idea. Sure, let's do that. Give you one of these proper shields. There. In place of those not so good splintered piercing arrows or whatever it was. Go ahead and dump more of this stuff. Dump basically all these arrows. Over to you. But our armor. We're carrying a lot of useless armor as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Leave a little bit of money over here, I think. Leave just a little bit of money. I wouldn't say we're in that same kind of desperate state as we were. I feel a lot more comfortable now about, you know, just the amount of stuff, how quickly we can make money back if we need to. Alright. Stuff done over here. And back to the town, well, to the Tavern District. Oh, hey, I actually gained a skill point in trade there. Now, to those of you asking, the trading thief's skill is well beyond my reach. Well beyond my reach. I would say if we look at trade, I have to work quite a bit to get up to there. I have to do a lot of constant trading, focused trading, to get up to there. So, well, a long time ago we actually spoke about this, like, is it worth pursuing that? And largely the comment section said no. No, it is not. Now, because Attis has been out and about for so long, between so many patches and updates, I do need to change him up a little bit here. Let's go ahead and give you Swift Strike, or to be blunt. Let's go ahead and give you Swift Strike. Governed settlements. No, it's the plus 2% swing speed that really matters here. Swift Strike. With throwing weapons, which you also have plenty of. Let's go ahead and get you Shield Breaker. Deal 40% more damage against shields with throwing weapons. Sure. Groups in your formation deal 8% more damage against shields with throwing weapons. That sounds like a good use of throwing weapons. Flexible Fighter, melee mode of throwing weapons. You wield now deal 10% more damage. Or Hunter, deal 40% more damage against horses with throwing weapons. Also not bad. Go ahead and make you a Hunter. Mounted Skirmisher, mounted throwing penalty decreased by 20%. Perfect Technique, projectile speed increased by 5%. I'm going to go ahead and say Mounted Skirmisher. Over here, Running Throw, no. Knockoff, when thrown, your weapon has a 50% chance of dismounting enemies on torso hits. I like that. Knockoff, go for it. Riding, meanwhile, Full Speed or Nimble Steed. Let's go with Nimble Steed. I like him as a bit of a mix, I suppose, because he can hold his own in melee as well. Right, with a one-handed weapon, though. I've got him with a polearm right now, a thrown weapon, and a shield. Does he have a sword as well? He does. So let's go ahead and say full speed. We'll make him ranged cavalry. I could actually make him melee cavalry as well. And then, he'll use his javelins en route or while pulling back and things like that, hopefully. Let's go ahead and increase your mount hit points by 20%. Go ahead and get Nomadic Traditions. It not gonna make a difference. Increase mounted infantry campaign speed by 30%. But I believe that only applies if you're party leader or captain, so maybe eventually. Sagittarius, decrease mounted accuracy penalty by 15%, or Sweeping Wind increases your mount's top speed by 5%, and campaign speed up as well. Let's go with Sagittarius. And over here we've got Relief Force. If you join an ongoing battle of your allies, your party starts with plus 10 battle morale. Oh, cool. Only if you're a party leader, so it doesn't actually matter. Athletics, let's go ahead and get you well built for the extra hit points. And under Scouting, let's go ahead and... Oh, damn. Well, no, Alia is going to be the scout. But we could give you Night Vision. It only applies if he's the scout, but it improves party movement speed at night. There's an opportunity to catch people if he were our scout, but no, Alia is going to be our scout. She'll get there. She'll get there. Back to Attis, though, he does have a focus point we can spend, and I suppose with his tactics so high, perhaps we should focus on his stewardship, and maybe he'll have the opportunity eventually to lead a party and work on that a little bit. Again, his tactics and his riding right now are capped, but they're capped at, like, high numbers. They're capped at decent numbers. I feel like upping his stewardship wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm trying to make everybody a leader over here. Trying to make everybody a leader. Do it. Sure. Done setting you up. Now, the Tavern District. Visit the tavern. only to leave the tavern and find the closest merchant who can help us set up 2 caravans. Be told, you're doing well. Lachem the Appraiser, will you help me set up some caravans? Artia, it's been a while. We've spoken? I suppose we must have. I hear you took Razi. You would have heard that, I would imagine. I wish to form a caravan in this town. Way to form a caravan that includes better troops, please. Yes, higher quality. Anjikin the Swift gets to be the first. Perfect. And let's also speak once more and form a caravan with better troops with Danny the Swift in charge of that one. Hopefully that 30,000 we put down is well worth it. Again, we're at peace with the Aserai. Hopefully they'll be smart enough to not head towards Khuzait territory. If not, then I don't know what to do or say. Hi, kitty. You're also adorable. But, hey. Okay, I was like, is it running away from me? Oh, there's another cat. Again, I can't say if they are actually going to head in the right direction or not. What a cutie. Alright. I think our business here is done. We can leave. Chase after some of these guys. And Okai, Unkid himself. I don't think Okai is worth speaking to, is he? He is. We'll see how cheaply they might join us. If it's cheaply, then why not? Okay. If we can't catch him. Shared food with starving soldiers. 21 days of food. You know what, actually? At Razi, let's buy some of their grain. Even though they have a food situation themselves, they'll have people bringing food to them. Traders and whatnot. We need to pick some up for our army and everything. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, Okai's running from Partia's party. You don't have to run from me. We're not at war anymore. Rolling around Razi. Well, you have to do that either. It doesn't belong to you. Traveling to Razi. There we go. Alas is picking up some recruits over here. I'd speak with him as well. Artia. It's been a while. Has indeed, Okai. Oh, look at that. He's got a scarred face. I hear you took Razi, he says. Yes, there's something I'd like to discuss. What do you think of Unkid? I'm the rightful ruler of these lands. Not sure I know you well enough to discuss something like this. We know each other well enough. Come on now. You're known as a man of honor? He is indeed. You know me as one as well. Beautiful, critical success right off the bat. Not gonna let that get me too excited. Too many points of failure. I gave an oath to my liege. To break it even for a good reason would be a great stain on my honor. If he ever violated his oath to you, and we know he has, it absolves you of your duty to him. He has violated his oaths to everybody, proclaiming himself God. Unkid is a friend of mine. I cannot imagine betraying him. Put your interests in the good of the realm first. Too much at stake for that. Wonderful. Of course, now they're willing to join us. Very well. You've convinced me that this is something I can consider. This is a dangerous step, however. Putting your life at risk, etc., etc. Okay, if we go for the auto offer here. What? Oh. Nice. Nice. A token gift, perhaps? A tribute from him to me? 2 war horses for 1 dinar? Fact. I was wondering, I was like, hang on a second. Oh, this is wild. I even have this dinar over here. I like it. Wish I could fine-tune these numbers and find that sweet spot. We would have been okay with 69, but he's willing to give us 71. Let's not be too greedy. I'll take that. That'll be good enough for me. Beautiful. Welcome to the Ashkas. Okay. Very well. This is a great step to take, but it must be done. Indeed. Wonderful. Let's see if we can't speak to Talas as well if he leaves here. He's still there. In fact, I don't know if I even need to wait for him to leave. I should be able to go to the keep and speak to him there. right at my lord's hall. Partia, my greetings to you. I hear you took Razi. I did indeed. I have a quick question. Rather, there's something I'd like to discuss. What do you think of Unkid? I'm the rightful ruler of these lands. I don't even like you. You expect me to discuss something like this with you? Listen, you're in my halls. You must know of my reputation. You know that it's not in my interest to betray your trust. I didn't think so. 5% chance of success is not likely. No, that is not enough. I gave an oath to my liege. Well, he's violated those oaths. Why should you hold up yours? I've always stood by Unkid. Whether Unkid has stood by me or not is another question. Well, put your interest in the good of the realm first. What? 94% success chance failed? Come on. Why change sides now? Once one declares oneself a rebel, there is usually no going back because I'm winning. Rather, because I've won. Better to die fighting for a just ruler than to live under an unjust one. Critical fail. Alas, you are worth nothing to me. If justice isn't enough, then nothing will be. Be gone from my lands. I must leave now. None others to speak to here? That's fine. Okai has joined us. Well, he's brought, nothing with him, just himself, but it's something. We didn't have to pay much. He brought money, really, so there's that. Can't complain about that. We could also go chasing after Unkid, chasing Partia's party. Not anymore, you're not. We could go chasing after some of the others left among the Aserai. Like, now is probably the time, right? Now is probably when everyone will fold. Ruma Lasina Tial. Ooh, she might fall to the Khuzait. Very well. Very well. Banu Atij, Alas, well, you know how that's going. Banu Hulyan, we can't speak to. Banu Saran. Adas, where are you? Malul. Okay. Might be able to catch him. He's close. He's by Hubyar. Might be able to speak to him. We don't even need to catch him anymore, right? Adas might be worth speaking to. Turk, where were you last seen? Last seen at Hubyar. He might be worth speaking to as well. There are some opportunities here. There are some opportunities here. But as fall comes through, I think the fall of the Aserai Sultanate is complete. We'll have those conversations and then dive into this war against the Khuzait with full force. Tovir's army is already at work up north, as we can see, up over here, all the way up over here, besieging Gersigo's castle still. It'll be ongoing for a while. A little long, sort of wide pincer action as we continue to push towards Tamnu Castle, Jabal Zamud Castle, and ultimately Hassan Falk, and then sort of regroup and figure out what needs doing at that point. The push for peace continues, but not likely going to happen. Not right now. Not when we have, no other war to concern ourselves with. War with the Khuzait shall continue. We shall make some progress. At the very least, liberate Tamnu Castle, if nothing else. But folks, that will all have to wait until next time. I do hope you enjoyed this session. I know it feels like we didn't make all that much progress as far as territorial gain is concerned, but we have 2 caravans out now, hopefully making us some money. We also managed to finally convince one of the Aserai nobles to join us. Our financial situation seems to be positive, which is nice to see at the end of this session over here. But overall, I need to figure out if I'm going to hold on to Razi or give it to Kalatild. And then I think we continue moving on forwards. Folks, if you had a good time, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a massive difference in how I approach content on the channel, what I do more or less of, and how I go about doing it. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of my channel members and patrons for supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, I bid you farewell.